Hello, everybody. My name is Eric. Welcome to the channel. This is Crossplay Gaming. So it looks like everyone watching right now will be watching in the future, but perhaps some people will filter in soon. But tonight we're going to be, let me see here. Going to be playing some Dear Esther. It's the first what is called walking simulator that really became popular. It's just a small independent game that I like to revisit it once in a while when I want to do something really laid back, and I'm pretty tired tonight, so I'm just going to play through it and see who shows up. Pretty low pressure. You really just sort of listen and sort of contemplate what's going on. So let me make sure I have everything in place here, which I think I do. All right. If there's anything else to do, I'll remember in just a second. So, yeah, we'll see who filters in. I already have all the settings where I want them. So let's say start, and we will start right at the beginning.
Dear Esther, the morning after I was washed ashore, salt in my ears, sand in my mouth, and the waves always at my ankles, I felt as though everything had conspired to this one last shipwreck. I remembered nothing but water, stones in my belly and my shoes, threatening to drag me under to where only the most listless of creatures swim.
Yes, I'm glad I have the subtitles on, because that can be helpful. Okay. So there's no sprinting. Sort of zoom in with the right click. That's nice. So sort of a question that comes as you explore is whether or not this is sort of symbolic of something else, or whether it's literal. You'll see what I mean as you sort of hear the dialogue. Ba, 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 ba. I guess it's sort of fitting that no one's here yet. This is very isolated. You're very isolated in this game, and I'm feeling very isolated in real life, so how sad. It's really something. Bring that mic a little closer. Da, 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 da. Lovely. So something they sort of put into the game was, it looks pretty pristine and beautiful, but as you like get closer to different things, different textures, and really like zoom in, particularly like over here, you see there's a lot of garbage, sort of. Island is really rotting away, kind of. It's very strange. That's interesting. I guess this game was sort of originally made as a mod from another game. Then they made it its own thing.
There was once talk of a wind farm out here, away from the rage and the intolerance of the masses. The sea, they said, is too rough for the turbines to stand. They clearly never came here to experience the becalming for themselves. Personally, I would have supported it. Turbines would be a fitting contemporary refuge for a hermit. The revolution and the permanence.
Huh. This symbol is somewhat relevant. I don't remember what it means, though.
Dear Esther, I found myself to be as featureless as this ocean, as shallow and unoccupied as this bay, a listless wreck without identification. My rocks are these bones, and a careful fence to keep the precipice at bay. Shot through me caves, my forehead a mount. This aerial will transmit into me so. All overexposed, the nervous system, where Donnelly's boots and yours and mine still trample. I will carry a torch for you. I will leave it at the foot of my headstone. You will need it for the tunnels that carry me under.
Hello, Fly Fox Pro. Welcome. I think you're the first to comment. Welcome to the stream. Have you ever played Dear Esther? I've walked through it a few times, but... Oh, yeah, I noticed it went up a little bit today. I appreciate that. Very, very cool. Yeah, it's a really interesting game. It's very open to interpretation, I'll say that. Savannah with the math problems. How's it going? We just jumped up to 3 people very quickly. Very cool. Welcome, everyone. So how's everybody's week starting out? Hope you're all well. I'm already feeling pretty worn out, but that's why we're doing a walking simulator. It's really relaxing tonight. Listening to the poetic dialogue. Up we go. I'm gonna move my drink to the other side here.
A wonderful sight. The moon cresting the junction between the cliff path and the stone circle. It cast a shadow of the ridge across the beach, all the world as if you had signed your name in untidy handwriting.
Oh boy, I'm not going to do a math problem in my head right now. Why? Is it like way simpler than it looks? 1 minus 1 times 1,000 times 1,000. Hard to say. My brain is not processing it. My brain is a little slow tonight.
They already gave up what little hope they could sacrifice. They cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boats, and notice end
Friend answered it in 2 seconds.
A cordon of
Is
protection,
the answer 1?
and wait a generation
Or 1,000?
until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff path died along with its hosts.
Oh boy, my math days are so far behind me.
This, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The
Lesson to
infection is
everyone
not
in
simply of the
school
flesh.
taking math who is not becoming a mathematician. Once you hit algebra, you no longer need it.
They were God-fearing people, those shepherds. There was no love in the relationship. Donnelly tells me that they had one Bible that was passed around in strict rotation. It was stolen by a visiting monk in 1776, 2 years before the island was abandoned altogether. In the interim, I wonder, did they assign chapter and verse to the stones and grasses, marking the geography with a superimposed significance that they could actually walk the Bible and inhabit its contradictions?
Here we go. Dank Memester, how we doing? It goes pretty well. Thanks for stopping by.
Dear Esther, I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts.
Yeah, I know,
of
right?
Wolverhampton.
Contradictions.
We drank
Very
coffee
British,
in his kitchen and
liberal
tried to
British
connect
church attitude.
to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason, or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
So I'm not going to comment too much on the game in the commentary here. It's very, like I said, it's open to interpretation, and it's kind of vague as to the meaning of everything. But if you guys start having ideas as to what's going on, I want to hear what you think.
This distant historian of bones and old bread, where did he vanish to? Why? Asked the farmer.
Oh, thanks, Bumblebee.
Why?
Much appreciated.
Why bother
Yeah, that's
with
on my
your
new
visions
phone.
At all, if
I
you're
got
just to
the-
throw your arms up at the cliff and let it
I got the
close
Note
in
20
behind
Ultra.
you and seal you into the belly of the island.
So
a museum
the
shut
selfie
to all
camera's
but the
great.
most devoted.
It actually goes up to 4K with video, so I can actually have an easier time doing unboxings, knowing what's on the screen. Did I watch DC Fandom? I did not. Is that something recent or a DC fan thing I wouldn't know about because I don't follow DC terribly closely? Stand in for Comic-Con was Saturday and Sunday. Ah, gotcha. Yes, I did not watch that. I had a chance that I missed not too long ago to go to Comic-Con in Niagara Falls. But I didn't sign up in time. I guess Christopher Lloyd was there.
He still maintains he wasn't drunk, but tired. I can't make the judgment or the distinction anymore. I was drunk when I landed here, and tired too. I walked up the cliff path in near darkness and camped in the bay where the trawler lies beached. It was only at dawn that I saw the bothy and decided to make my temporary lodgings there. I was expecting just the aerial and a transmitter stashed in a weatherproof box somewhere on the mount. It had an air of uneasy permanence to it. Like all the other buildings here, erosion seems to have evaded it completely.
Very interesting. I think he says something if I go over here. Still want to jump down, or I gotta go back up again. Anything particularly interesting happen at DC Fandom? Oh, hold on. Chemistry, Units 3, and something else. It's basically all, you could say, story. New reveals for most of the upcoming movies. Very nice. Yeah, this, I'm not going to comment too much on the story in this one because it's very symbolic. A bunch of trailers, most of it looks good. Might have to take a look at some of those. They talk about the new Batman. I did see a glimpse of that, like a picture from it. I'm not going to talk too much about the story here. I'd love to see your guys' comments if you start to figure it out. I mean, you can't totally figure it out because there's a few different interpretations that the creators said could be valid. But I'd like to see what you guys get out of what's being said here.
I've now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turnoff for Sanford and the welcome brake services. But although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been
Hurricane
unable
Marco
to
and Hurricane Laura. No, they're not. I just revisit this game once in a while just to relax and contemplate life, you know.
All night the boy has kept me lucid. I sat when I was at the very edge of despair, when I thought I would never unlock the secret of the island. I sat at the edge and I watched the idiot boy blink through the night. He's mute and he is retarded, and he has no thought in his metal head but to blink each wave and each minute aside until the morning comes and renders him blind as well as deaf-mute. In many ways, we have much in common.
Oh, we can go down this way. Yeah, this is a very casual one. I'm not super talkative. I'm just sort of chilling, listening to the music, seeing who shows up. Fascinating. Has anyone else played any walking simulators before? This was sort of like the first real walking simulator that was like classified as one. There's a few good ones that I've played. I like this one. I like Vanishing of Ethan Carter was sort of one, although they did integrate a few sort of puzzles. And then the Old City Leviathan was really interesting. That one I have to replay sometime soon. He says something if I go over here. And neither ate nor drank, I think it says.
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
Any new Doom updates? Well, we're definitely going to get some on Thursday. We'll be doing the they'll be releasing the full trailer for the DLC. I'm really just wondering if they'll release or mention the release date for it. We'll see.
I had kidney stones and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
I think there's a big hole coming up. Fly out a coal. Apparently Hurricane Marco is supposed to hit Texas. Tropical is supposed to hit Texas, but Hurricane Laura becomes Hurricane Category 2 and both hit Louisiana and Houston. Pretty near the range of Hurricane Laura. Wow. Oh, of course there'll be a reveal reaction. Absolutely.
When I first looked into the shaft, I swear I felt the stones in my stomach shift in recognition.
Look at that. Whee!
Come back.
And that's how we get to the other side. Come back. To the trailer. Yeah, I'll be doing a reaction video. Always helps the channel. It's not the only reason I do it, but it's nice when I can react to something that people are going to search and I also am actually interested. Yeah, hurricane news. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I'm always hearing about Florida. Crazy to hear something might hit Texas.
I've begun my ascent on the green slope of the western side. I've looked deep into the mountain from the shaft and understood that I must go up and then find the way under. I will stash the last vestiges of my civilization in the stone walls and work deeper from there. I'm drawn by the aerial and the cliff edge. There is some form of rebirth waiting for me there.
Some form of rebirth. You live near Houston? Getting nervous? Yeah. Ooh, that's rough. I mean, I guess it's one of the benefits of living up north, is we don't see much of that. We just have prolonged cold.
The bothy was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man
Thank you,
called
Dank Memester. Much
Jacobsen,
appreciated.
of a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no
Carl
one to
Pruitt.
carve white lines into the cliff for him, either.
How many seconds are there in eternity? Well, infinity seconds, of course. Best I can come up with. Otherwise, that's above my pay
When the
grade.
oil lamps ran out, I didn't pick up a torch, but used the moonlight to read by. When I've pulled the last shreds of sense from it, I will throw Donnelly's book from the cliffs, and perhaps myself with it. Maybe it will wash back up through the caves and erupt from the spring when the rain comes, making its return to the hermit's cave. Perhaps it will be back on the table when I wake. I think I may have thrown it into the sea several times before.
What provokes that question tonight? There's this emperor, and he asks the shepherd boy how many seconds in eternity, and the shepherd boy says, oh boy. There's this mountain of pure diamond. It takes an hour to climb it, and an hour to go around it. Every 100 years, a little bird comes and sharpens its beak on the diamond mountain. So as long as it takes the bird to destroy the mountain, that's eternity, right? Wow, look at this.
What to make of Donnelly, the laudanum and the syphilis? It is clearly not how he began, but I've been unable to discover if the former
first
was
second
the
of
result
eternity will
of his
pass
visiting
us.
the island or the force that drove him here.
It's a heck of a bird.
For the syphilis, a drunk driver smashing his insides into a pulp as he stumbled these paths,
an
I
immortal
can only
bird.
offer my empathy. We're all victims of our age. My disease is the internal combustion engine and the cheap fermentation of yeast.
Boom. Well, thanks for joining, Carl Pruitt. How's your week starting off?
They found Jakobsen
Tropical
in
storm when it
early
hits
spring.
landfall. Well, that's good.
The thaw had only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7 months, his body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose. He'd struggled halfway down the cliff path, perhaps looking for some lost goat, or perhaps in a delirium, and expired, curled into a claw right under the winter moon. Even the animals shunned his corpse. The mainlanders thought to bring it home unlucky. Donnelly claims they dragged it to the caves to thaw out and rot, but he is proving an unreliable witness.
It's a spilled urn. Fascinating. But for Louisiana, it's going to be rough. Not so good. Alright, now we gotta head along this way. About to sort of hit another chapter of the game. They had to evacuate? Boy, Louisiana must have it rough. You got quarantine going on and all that, and then you gotta get out. Jeez. There's something
Climbing down to the caves, I slipped and fell and have injured my leg. I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight
Some
pink,
decided to stay in
and
their homes.
pain is
Hopefully
crashing
they have
in on
nice
waves,
basements.
Winter tides against my shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones. I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
Yeah, I'd hate to hear that. Oh, look. Yeah, there's some hidden stuff in here. Books. Luggage. Books, books, books. Fascinating. About to hit some interesting stuff here. Bum, bum, bum. So you're in Texas, Bumblebee, or are you in Louisiana? No, you said you're in Texas, right? Houston-ish. What exactly does tropical storm look like? Is that like a lot of rain? Here we go. Looky, looky. Into the cave. We gotta go down. Down we go. Medkits, flashlights, power blanks,
From
etc.
here, this last time, I have understood there is no turning back. The torch is failing along with my resolve. I can hear the singing of the sea creatures from the passages above me, and they are promising the return of the gulls.
Most beautiful part of the game for sure. Oh, just look at it. Sort of circle around and see. Ever experienced a hurricane or a tropical storm? Boy, yeah. Can't say I have either, really. Been in some blizzards up here. Those are no fun. But as long as you're home, you're okay. Although, if your house isn't in good repair, snow can collapse your roof eventually. Tornado?
They'd stop the traffic back as far as the Sanford Junction and come up the hard shoulder like radio signals from another star. It took 21 minutes for them to arrive. I watched Paul time it to the second on his watch.
Music is lovely. Category 1. Are the lower numbers less strong or more strong? There's like first degree murder, which is the worst, and then second and third. I think that's the order. There's like category 1, is that worse, or is like 2, 3, 4, 5 worse and worse? If I recall, it's higher is worse. Oh well. Gotta get up there eventually. Game is beautiful. Not so big flood. Look at here. This is more of a therapy experience. Oh, look at the glowing mushrooms. Here we are. Gotta work our way around carefully here. Could fall in. Ever play any walking simulators, Bumblebee? Or am I the only weird one? I don't know. I enjoy this experience. Sort of take in everything. Weak version of that storm.
I'm traversing my own death throes. The infection in my leg is an oil rig that dredges black muck up from deep inside my bones. I swallow fistfuls of diazepam and paracetamol to stay conscious. The pain flows through me like an underground sea.
I guess there's like different dialogue that can happen each time you play this. That can like give you a different interpretation. A walking simulator or like a simulator of something else? Yeah, like walking simulator is its own thing. It basically means it's almost like a movie experience because there's no puzzles to solve or challenges. It's just sort of an experience. Oh, a similar game. I thought you said a simulator game. Okay. Which one did you play? $9.86. I know, we're getting there. I've still got a... Let me just go on the bridge really quick. I still have to get 300 more watch hours, which is not a ton. I'm thinking this weekend, I'll probably pass 1,000 before the end of the week, if I had to guess. But I'll still have a few more watch hours to get, so I'm thinking maybe the Doom Eternal DLC reaction video might push me over the watch hours I need. But we'll see. Might take just a little longer, so there'll be like a small gap where I have 1,000 subs, but I'm not quite monetized because I need more hours. But I don't think that'll last too long because I am gaining on it. Steam fan lover, how's it going? I'm underappreciated. Oh, you're so nice. 14 more, I know. We're almost there. You ever play this game, Steam fan lover? It's hard to call it a game. It's a walking simulator. Which not everybody likes, but
This
I
is
like
a drowned man's face, reflected in the moonlit waters.
Oh.
It can only be a dead shepherd who has come to drunk drive you home.
You have not. Huh? Now wait a minute. I can come this way. If there was like another way I could go. I want to make sure I see everything. I think I can go into that water. But what's up here? Oh, thanks for the sub, Steam fam. Much appreciated. Make sure you leave a like if you haven't. Will I get 1,000 this week? 8ball says no. Oh, that's a bummer. We'll see how accurate that thing is. What is up here? Ooh. I don't know where I'm about to end up. I think we're almost done with this underground area. Ah, interesting. Gotta swim a little, I think. Uh-huh. Where I be? Huh. Fascinating. Try again. That was a pretty definitive answer, yeah, say. Oh boy. We're going down. Another drop. David Gorek, how's it going? Outlook good. There you go. I'm playing Dear Esther. Landmark Edition. Sort of remastered version. Pretty much the first walking simulator that was called a walking simulator. It's just a relaxing, kind of therapeutic experience. We're underwater. What's happening? Oh, what just happened? Ah, on our way up. We're at 45 minutes. Y'all going to be up for the usual raid this evening if you stick around? Oh, don't get stuck. Keep going. Don't know how, but your dad broke his leg. What? Well, that's a bummer. Keep Dad in our prayers. Ah, here we go. Now let's go left. Look at that moon. Raid. Sudden surge.
The moon over the Sanford Junction.
Thousands of subscribers in under a month. That would be swell.
Drove a grey hatchback without a
Fell off a
bottom.
ladder?
All
Dang.
the creatures of the tarmac rose to sing to him. All manner of symbols crudely scrawled across the cliff face of my unrest. My life reduced to an electrical diagram. All my gulls have taken flight. They will no longer roost on these outcrops. The lure of the moon over the Sanford Junction is too strong.
Piano's lovely. I think he says something if I go out here. Is he just gonna fall in? I think he will. Fell off the top? Jeez. Will I do a 1K sub special? Possibly. I'll definitely do a video about it. Say thank you to everybody. I'm sure we'll be streaming somewhere around there though and celebrate a little bit. I don't know what I'll do to make it special, but I'm open to ideas. Am I going back to where I came from? I am. Let's go back out this way. go this way. Okay, here we go. What is over here? There's some kind of cool little hidden things coming up that I found out about. Oh yeah, are you in the UK as well, Mr. Gorick? Same with Demonic
Dear
Tunes.
Esther,
He comes a
I
lot of the
each
time.
Step harder and
No, it's
heavier.
always like 2
I
a.m. for him
drag
when I start.
Donnelly's corpse on my back across these rocks, and all I hear are his whispers of guilt, his reminders, his burnt letters, his neatly folded clothes. He tells me I was not drunk at all.
Just can't sleep. I appreciate this being your stop when you can't sleep. Yeah, I've got a few UK fans, so that's pretty cool. Something in here? It's your birthday today. Today as in, what is it for you right now? Wednesday is your birthday, or Tuesday was your birthday? Stayed up into your birthday? Hello. 26. Very cool. Youngster. It's over here. Wednesday. Okay, so it just became your birthday. Very cool. Pardon me. Hello. Oh, the 26th. You're 11. I got you. Bum, 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 bum.
There were chemical diagrams on the posters on the walls.
We
on
just
the
jumped to
waiting room.
5.
It
Hello,
seemed
5
appropriate
viewers.
at the time.
Welcome,
Still
welcome.
life abstractions of the processes
Feel free to
which
lurk.
had
Feel
already
free to
begun
chat.
break down your nerves and your muscles.
I don't know.
in
Every time I
maturity.
point out the number of viewers, people tend to
I
leave.
crammed diazepam as I once
Like,
crammed
don't
for
acknowledge that
chemistry
I'm here.
examinations. I am revising my options for a long and happy life.
Right? Flight? Happy birthday. You're now 11. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, see, I mentioned we had 5 viewers. Now we have 4. That's how it works. Oh, we want to go down here.
From here, I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats.
Boats.
I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I
Hey.
consigned you to the Atlantic.
We got a new
And I
follower.
sat here
Lego Show
until I
TV.
watched
Very
all of
cool.
you sink.
Now, you can never tell when you're streaming, when you get a sub, whether they're streaming while watching or whether they just watched another video of mine and subscribed. But, welcome anyways. See, it's not like Twitch where people sub while they're watching you all the time, although it sometimes happens. Sometimes they're watching your videos or past streams, and sometimes they're in the chat. When am I going back to Minecraft? I will simply say inevitably. It will happen, but not sure when yet. I might do it when the shader pack I use gets upgraded or updated, and the texture pack as well, with Optifine as well, because I want to have a nice, crispy looking experience with ray tracing and all that in Java. But I'd use some independent sources, so they take a while sometimes. Oh, because of the TikTok video? I know! It's still going. No, you know what stinks? I don't think all those watch hours from that video are counting for some reason. That's weird. See, look at this. Here's a little hidden feature here. If you look at this mountain over here,
the pain in my leg sent me blind for a few minutes.
It looks like a woman laying on her side.
I swallowed another handful of painkillers. You
can see it from here.
I feel almost lucid.
But look, you can see
the island around me
her
has
leg going to like her shoulder to her hair.
Whilst the moon appears to have descended into my palm to guide me. I can see a thick black line of infection reaching for my heart from the waistband of my trousers. Through the fugue, it's all the world like the path I've cut from the lowlands towards the aerial.
Yeah, check out that merch store, people. Got some new designs in there. Yeah, there's a hidden thing. Now look over here. Notice that little spot of light in the distance? There's the silhouette of a person. You can see it from here. I play Fallout 3, 4, or 76. I have just barely tried 76, but I haven't played anything else from it. Yeah, see, it looks like a person's silhouette right there. But it goes away as you go around the mountain. So you have to block it like this. And then once you get around, it sort of vanishes on you.
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
8:35 for you? So yeah, you're 1 hour behind me. Yeah, that's Texas, I think. Favorite is Fallout 3 because 5 is such a good story. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is where that human silhouette was, but it vanishes as you come over. It's very creepy. And as he was proceeding on his journey, I think that's like a quote from the Book of Acts. It's about Apostle Paul on the Damascus Road. What's my favorite game off stream? Oh boy. What have I been playing? Probably, right now, probably Doom Eternal. Been sort of re-examining some levels and collecting things. Big for me on the channel and off the channel, honestly. Could probably think of some other things if I ponder it.
If only Donnelly had
Maybe
experienced
Minecraft.
this, he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I.
Stardew Valley.
Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
You should try Fallout 76. I've just heard so many bad things about it. Heard it was a glitch fest. I mean, I heard they fixed a lot of things, but like too little, too late, I guess. Heard one guy say he kind of liked it. Coming down to the end of this.
There are headlights reflected in these retinas. Too long in the tunnels of my island without a bottom. The sea creatures have risen to the surface, but the gulls are not here to carry them back to their nests. I've become fixed, open and staring, an eye turned on itself. I've become an infected leg whose tracking lines form a perfect map of the junctions of the M5. I will take the exit at mid-thigh and plummet to my Esther.
Plummet to my Esther. Here we go. Home stretch here. Oop. Fall off the edge if I'm not careful. Tell me about Stardew Valley. I haven't heard of that. Whoops. Keep going. It's a very calming game. Okay.
Blind with panic, deaf with the roar of the caged traffic, heart stopped on the road to Damascus, Paul sat at the roadside, bloody gull, as useless and as doomed as a syphilitic cartographer, a dying goat herd, an infected leg, a kidney stone, blocking the traffic bound for Sanford and Exeter. He was not drunk, Esther. He was not drunk at all. All his roads and his tunnels and his paths led inevitably to this moment of impact. This is not a recorded natural condition. He should not be sat there with his chemicals and his circuit diagrams. He should not be sat there at all.
This looks like the light is creating the letters. Isn't Fallout connected to Portal? No, actually, I think Half-Life is connected to Portal. That's a game I may do on stream at some point, is Half-Life, because I've only fiddled with the first one a little bit, but I want to do 1 and 2, because I guess the VR one, Alex, is pretty good. I don't want to play it until I played the first 2. Made by one guy, according to Cernidate.
I am the Ariel. In my passing, I will send news to each and every star.
Here we go.
Dear Esther, I have burned the cliffs of Damascus. I have drunk deep of it. My heart is my leg, and a black line etched on the paper all along this boat without a bottom. You are all the world like a nest to me. Eggs unbroken form like fossils, come together, send small black flowers to the air. From this infection, hope. From this island, flight. From this grief, love.
Where we go. Did I just lose my fellow raiders? Or a bird? Nani? I just realized the chat has not been showing up on the screen. Oh well. Guess I forgot to refresh it. That's okay. 8 likes, 0 dislikes. Fantastic. F, right. Yeah, this whole game is one big F. It clearly has a lot of like themes about death. It's like he kind of committed suicide, but then he turned into a bird.
Come back.
Nice. All right. So there's that. Let me just peek around here. Okay, so there's Dear Esther. It's only like an hour-long experience. I enjoy revisiting it here and there. So, I'm going to close that down. And let's see. Even if there's only one of you left, are you ready for a raid? I'd like to see who's doing what tonight. Let's see here. Mute that. Let me go to YouTube here. Y'all can let me know how we're doing about a raid as I peek around. Who is playing tonight? And what are they playing? Let me just see if there's any possibility that someone's playing this game tonight. I highly doubt it. Dear Esther, filter by live. Nope, just me. What about something Mario related? Let's see. Only raiders for today? Well, as long as you join me, I'll be content. Someone's playing Mario 64.
He
All right.
a Jackbox game in, but then they know it.
This guy is
Just stop.
looking very promising.
I was too dangerous. Probably because you sound like you're like
Here we go.
sponsoring them.
All right.
You don't understand. Jackbox is truly the best game ever. We can't trust him.
All right, there's the link. Jump on in. Say hashtag crossplay
No, my dude. I don't know what to tell you.
game crossplay raid.
Sounds like a
There we go.
ridiculous time. Get these.
Farmer Dan, jump on in the raid.
Kill these bugs so
I just posted the link. I'll do it again. There you go.
Oh, a raid, my dude. Well, thanks for the raid, my man. I really appreciate that. I can't believe it. It's a raid. My dudes, how are you guys doing? I am trying to figure out Big Boo's balcony. But my dudes, thank you so much. It is very loud. I'm sorry. But thank you.
Just a few of us, but yo.
Dennis, calm down. Very much obliged, Crossplay Gaming. Just a few of us, but yo, Crossplay, I appreciate it. My brethrens and my homies. Hope you guys are having a good evening.
Leave him a like, give him a sub if you enjoy.
Much obliged, my good sir. I won't forget, man. I'll fucking subscribe to you, motherfuckers. Crossplay, I got you, homie. Don't you worry.
Just about to hit 1,000.
But I hope y'all are having a good evening. Y'all are staying safe during these hard-ass times.
Bumblebee.
Watch out. Okay, grab all these hoes. If we can get 100, that's great, but... Ski.
Yeah, we'll give him a sub.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Fucking A. Crazy. Crazy, man. I hope it takes off, bro. Hope it takes off. I'll be one of those 1,000K, man. Hell yeah.
Alrighty. So I'll probably watch him for a bit tonight, but I'm going to mute him for just a moment. Wind things down. A lovely fellow, indeed. Oh, lively. Lively fellow. All right, so let me mute the window here. All right, Fly Fox Pro, thanks for stopping by. I will see you soon. Definitely still got to watch that Doug TeNapel interview. I only got to see a few moments of it. But anyways, I am about through for the evening. So I will say a good evening and thank you all for stopping by. Yeah, I will get on that. But other than that, thanks everybody for being here. And yeah, we'll see you around probably on Thursday night with another stream. And we'll see if... and oh, sorry, I'm just looking over at the stream over here. That's fun. The guy's being funny. All right. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, everybody. We'll be here probably Thursday, and we'll probably might do an upload or something before Thursday. But Thursday, well, actually, I'm thinking Thursday. We'll see if I do a stream because I am definitely going to be doing a reaction video to the full trailer reveal for Doom Eternal. I probably won't be able to do a live reaction because I'll be working during the actual Gamescom. But I will be doing that upload at the very least. And then we'll see if I fit in a stream as well. But in any case, we'll see you around for that. And we'll see you around whenever I do end up streaming. So have a lovely evening, everybody.